How about getting up an extra 15 minutes early in your routine so that you can spend some time in the Word? How about devoting your Sunday mornings on a regular basis to worship? How about pausing for prayer before a meal? Maybe even opening up the Bible with your family at certain times. Now I know it's going to take extra energy, and it might even feel a little bit awkward at first. But how badly do we want to be in the presence of Jesus? It's a noble effort. And now we'll see what happens when we take that extra effort. Let's read on in verses 5 through 7. When Jesus reached the spot, he looked up and said to him, "Zacchaeus, come down immediately. I must stay at your house today." So he came down at once and welcomed him gladly. All the people saw this and began to mutter, "He has gone to be the guest of a sinner." Fill in blank number 2. Zach welcomed Jesus gladly. Others muttered madly. Here's Zacchaeus. Poor guy has probably been a head shorter than everybody else all his life on the outside. But on the inside, I believe Zacchaeus knew he could be more. He had a hunger for the bread of life. He had a thirst for living water that was going to be quenched the day he met Jesus. Zacchaeus welcomed Jesus gladly. We have a little neighbor boy who we heard about long before we met him. People said, "Watch out for that boy. You better watch out for him. He gets in trouble all the time. He gets into mischief at home. He gets in mischief at school. You better watch out." And it's interesting because this boy came over to our house and constantly was asking if there was any way that he could help us. Is there anything he could do? Is there anything that we could use him for? And I found that this guy just wanted a chance. He just wanted somebody to give him a shot. He wanted someone to hand him a clean slate and say, "You know what? You're not as bad as everybody thinks. In fact, maybe there's something good about you." This is where Jesus is here to say, you can be more than you are today. I will make you more than you are. Let's go. Let's get started. This is the new you, Zacchaeus. Now, a little bit of a reality check comes in verse 7. And it's a great comfort to me because even Jesus Christ had mutterers. With all the good that Jesus did, thousands of people he fed and taught and healed, the mutterers still griped about him. Listen, wherever God starts to move, lives start to get changed, people start to grow, there will always be mutterers. I've heard them. Maybe you have heard them too. Chronic complainers whose cup is always half full and is generally half full of bitterness. I want you to take special note, looking in your text, as to what Jesus said to the mutterers. I'd like you to take special note as to how much time Jesus spent with the mutterers. You'll notice he said nothing, and he spent no time. And I believe we don't need to either. Let them mutter madly to themselves. Because, you see, in the text, just like in real life, many times, lives are ready to be changed right before our eyes if we don't get distracted with the muttering. And Jesus did not. And that's why we see what happens in verses 8 through 10. But Zacchaeus stood up and said to the Lord, "Look, Lord, here and now I give half of my possessions to the poor. And if I have cheated anybody out of anything, I will pay back 4 times the amount." Jesus said to him, "Today salvation has come to this house, because this man too is a son of Abraham. For the Son of Man came to seek and to save what was lost. Fill in the blank number 3. Zach's noble claim made his salvation plain. Zach's noble claim made his salvation plain. Jesus, the most righteous and noble man to ever walk the earth, offered Zacchaeus a chance to change, to be the man that he always wanted to be, and to be the man that Jesus knew he could be. So Zacchaeus rises to the challenge and publicly commits his life to change. Radical, generous, open-ended transformation. All voluntary. When an alcoholic is saved, the booze has got to go. When the porno addict is saved, pornography has to go. When the prostitute is saved, the tricks have to end. When the tax collector is saved, the cheating has to stop. All the hunger and thirsting that sin creates but can never satisfy is satisfied by the noble relationship we have with Jesus Christ.